Hi everyone and hi sir. My name is Muhammad Sharizal bin Muhammad Asri and my student ID is 210874773. And this is my presentation of Business Data Mining Final Assessment. Today, I will be presenting my text mining and sentiment analysis project based on the Amazon customer review. My presentation covers the introduction, methodology, lexicon method, machine learning method, as well as both of this analysis comparison, and my self-reflection, recommendation, as well as the conclusion. And now let's start for the introduction. The online customer reviews contain valuable information about customers' experience, satisfactions, and opinions. However, analyzing thousands of reviews manually is difficult and time-consuming. Therefore, text mining and sentiment analysis can be used to automatically convert unstructured customer comments into useful business insights. The objective of this project was to classify Amazon reviews into three sentiment categories. One is positive, negative, and neutral. It also aimed to compare the effectiveness of two approaches, which is the lexicon method, which is the lexicon-based method by using the text block, and machine learning method using multinomial naive Bayes. And now let's talk about the methodology. The analysis was conducted in Python using libraries such as Pandas, NLTK, TextBlock, Skitlearn, MetaBlob, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. First, the dataset was loaded and explored to understand its structure, columns, data types, missing values, and duplicate records. Next, the data was cleaned by removing duplicates, missing essentials values, and unnecessary columns. The rating were also extracted and converted into numerical values. Rating above 3 was classified as positive and rating below 3 as negative, as well as the rating of 3 as neutral. The review text was then preprocessed. This involved tokenization, conversion to lowercase, stop word removal, removal of non-alphanumeric characters, and stemming. Finally, back of words and TF-IDF, which is a time frame, were used to convert the clean reviews into numerical features. The first approach was lexicon-based sentiment analysis using text block. The text block calculated a polarity score for every review. A score above 0 was classified as positive, below 0 as negative, and equal to 0 as neutral. The lexicon method achieved approximately 60% of accuracy score. Its confusion metric shows that it correctly identified 4,741 positive reviews, 7,784 negative reviews, and only 117 neutral reviews. However, it misclassified 5,326 negative reviews as positive. The sentiment distribution also showed that text block predicted most review as positive, followed by negative and neutral. This suggests that the lexicon method may interpret some words as positive without fully understanding their context. And now for the second approach. The second approach we use or utilize multinomial naive Bayes. The process review were divided into 80% training data and 20% testing data. TF-IDF was then applied to represent the importance of words, and the classifier was trained using rating-based sentiment labels. The machine learning model achieved approximately 82% of accuracy score. It correctly classified 2,816 negative reviews and 632 positive reviews. It was particularly effective at detecting negative reviews, achieving a negative recall of 98%. However, the model did not correctly predict any neutral reviews. Most neutral reviews were classified as negative, showing that the model was strongly affected by the unequal distribution of sentiment classes. And now let's talk about the analysis comparison of these two sentiment analysis methods. Overall, we understand that knife-based outperformed text block by approximately 22 percentage points. This suggests that learning patterns directly from the database was more effective than relying on general polarity rules. Nevertheless, accuracy alone does not show the complete performance of a model. Although knife-based achieve higher accuracy, its failure to identify neutral reviews is an important weakness. TextBlock then recognizes some neutral reviews, but its overall classification were less accurate. Therefore, knife-based was the stronger model, but it still requires improvement before being used in a real business environment. And now that I have performed and also analyzed the sentiment analysis as well as the text mining and have presented to you guys about it, so now I will talk to you guys about some of my personal reflection throughout this business data mining as well as this text mining and sentiment analysis research. So this project taught me that data pre-processing is one of the most important parts of text mining, as it removes missing values, duplicates entries, stop words, and irrelevant characters to improve the quality of the data used by the models. The main challenges were converting unstructured text into numerical features and dealing with class imbalance. I address these challenges by applying TF-IDF, stratified data splitting, confusion matrices, and classification reports. If I repeated the analysis, I would consistently use the 10,000 review samples, avoid converting large sparse matrices into dense data frames, and evaluate both methods using exactly the same testing records. And now this other recommendation I recommend. I recommend using sentiment analysis as an early warning system for customer dissatisfaction. Negative reviews should be grouped into topics such as product defects, delivery delays, packaging problems, inaccurate descriptions, and poor customer service. This would allow management to identify recurring complaints and prioritize corrective action. Future analysis should address class imbalance through resampling or by collecting more neutral reviews. Other models such as logistic regression and support vector machines should also be tested. N-grams could be applied to recognize phrases such as not good, while cross-validations could produce a more reliable evaluation. And now for the conclusion. In conclusion, or all in all, the project demonstrated that customer reviews can be transformed into meaningful business informations through the text mining. Multinomial knife base achieved the strongest overall performance with approximately 82% of accuracy score as compared with 60% for the text plot, which is the Lexicon method. However, improvements are still necessary, particularly in recognizing neutral reviews. With further development, sentiment analysis can support customer service, improvements, product development, marketing strategies, and more informed business decision making. And there you guys have it. That's my presentations on the text mining and sentiment analysis, as well as the usage of lexicon method and machine learning methods. And I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you and goodbye.